Hello and welcome to another episode of Campus Life. I am your presenter, Coco, and of course, today's episode is going to be rather interesting because we're talking about one thing that affects a lot of college students, not only college, but university students as well, both male and female. And I am joined by two amazing students, if I may say. Clinton on my left and Gina on my right, and we're going to be discussing how college students can deal with unplanned pregnancy. Now that's one interesting topic, I must say. Hey,
yeah, very.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think being a college student, it comes with a lot of pressures, in the tone of responsibilities. Yeah, in addition to the unplanned pregnancy, and which can seem unbearable,
Okay.
Yeah, and each year, 1,000 of college students, I may say young women, complete their college.
As parents.
Yeah, as parents while they're raising their children. Yes. Again, I would say this would also depend on the people that are sticking close to the people that are there to support them, so that can it is able to happen. People that are around you, and the people that would come out with negative views, about that pregnancy. So it's best to be close to the people that
A good thing.
that are good and the people that she loves the most.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your take, Gina? Being a woman, being a female in college and experiencing unplanned pregnancy. What's your take on that?
Okay, thank you so much. What I think about unwanted pregnancies while one is still in college is, first things first, you have to make sure that you're pregnant. Make sure you do all the necessary tests and be sure. Upon finding out that you're pregnant, if it is really true, what you have to do is talk to the people that are close to you. Let's take, for instance, I have a best friend whom I trust so dearly. I can actually talk to her about it, because a problem shared is actually a problem solved. Yeah. So that's one thing that can help. The second thing is look around the resources that are around you. For instance, we have the clinic there, and we have the guidance office. Yeah. There are those people that feel when they get pregnant, that's the end of the life. But that's actually not. And going to abortion is not a good option, because as we all know, Christians are not supposed to practice that. It's a sin to the image of God, the side of God, and the side of human beings. So when you go by the guidance office, they will actually guide you. Christian University is actually a Christian university, and they do not support abortions. Then the other thing that you can do is, us ladies were actually scared, most of us, to open up to our parents. And to make the matters worse, if one lives with the father only, there is no mom, it would be hard for that person to open up to the father to say that I am pregnant and all this. So I think opening up to someone who is really close, like I said earlier, would really help, because that person would be of help to talk to your guardian. Yeah.
Okay. So have you guys experienced or noticed or seen literally couples on campus getting pregnant together? Because I feel like when a girl gets pregnant, she's not the only one that's pregnant. I also feel like the guy is pregnant as well. Don't argue. You guys also get pregnant. As you're waiting for the baby, you guys are pregnant.
Yeah, that's true.
When a couple gets pregnant together on campus, how do they deal with the whole mulomo? Let's use local language. The whole mulomo situation of saying, okay, no, that guy got that girl pregnant. Yes, they are dating, but then he was cheating on her with her, but then she got pregnant, and then now she's going to stop school and all those situations. Let me hold the mic.
Thank you. I think on that part, what's important is you need to believe in yourself. Yes, believing in yourself. I think those things are expected to happen, and I think the young woman that is experiencing an unplanned pregnancy, yeah, she just needs to be determined and be there to like I would say she needs to be determined and ensure that she overcomes all odds. You know, those are just odds we encounter. You get it? Yeah, I think that's what I can say about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gina.
Okay, so about that, I have never like encountered a couple where a guy impregnates a lady. But just to shed more light, I think it's up to what you want and what you feel for each other, because the rest of the people doesn't even matter. In the future, they're not going to be there when you raise that child. Yeah. So like they say in Bemba, abantu bantu balalanda. Yeah. So you just have to close your ears once you discover that you are pregnant and talk to your partner about it. What are we going to do? Sort things out. Yeah, that's what I feel would be done necessary.
Okay. So what do you think actually triggers a woman to engage in sexual activities, hence getting herself pregnant? Because I think there are a lot of aspects that surround unplanned pregnancies, especially when it comes to university and college students. So I'll start with you. What do you think triggers a woman to engage herself in different activities that in the end land her in having an unplanned pregnancy?
Okay, so what I think is most of the girls or ladies lack home training about sexual activities, in as much as they are of age to be in the university, but they lack that knowledge about the sexual education. And the other thing is we tend to be influenced by our friends. Just because your friend is doing something, you feel you can also do it. You feel it is right for you to do it. Then the other thing is teenagers of nowadays, we feel it is right to cohabit with someone who is actually not your husband. Yeah, just because you've run out of food, you don't have money for rentals, you feel you can go and stay with your boyfriend. Obviously, they just can't be staying there by having sex. Those are the things that leads to those unwanted pregnancies and ignorance most of the times. Yes. There are some people that are fully aware of how they can get pregnant. Yeah, but then they've decided to be ignorant about the preventions that they can take, the preventive measures. Yes. Yeah, so that's what I think about your question.
I'm going to throw a different question to you. There is a tendency of men and young men not wanting to put on a condom. And when they get a girl pregnant, they do not want to support. Why do you think that actually happens? Speaking from a man's perspective. Speaking from a man's perspective, please highlight. It may sound funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, this question sounds very funny.
It's funny, but it's true.
Yeah, you know, I don't know how I would clarify that point. I think sometimes it would be because the guy, the person, the boy or a man doesn't have, I may say, let me say a man, yes, doesn't have the condom isn't really available when they started engaging in the sexual activity, trying to make themselves enable the feelings to
I see you picking out words in your head. Just say the word as it is. Stop picking out words.
So that's the whole thing. So the point sometimes it might be because the man doesn't have the condom readily available. When they want to do that, they want to have sex. Yes, that's what I should say. Yeah, sometimes they just want to feel how that feels. Like, you know. I think that's what
It's just that.
it's just that.
It just happened.
It just happens, and after that, when the result is that the girl is pregnant and she's a bride,
How did that happen?
how did that happen?
You never had a condom readily available.
Wait.
That's how it happened.
You are being carried away by those feelings.
Yeah.
Yes, such that you wouldn't even control yourself. You wouldn't even think about it. What would be the result after I do this? You get? Yes. Sex is very funny.
Give me the mic.
Okay.
No. So I'm done with you for now.
Okay, so just to add on, even though I am not a man, but I think I have heard one or two things about why men refuse to use condoms when,
Okay.
So I think the first thing is they do it out of curiosity, just to know how it feels. How does it feel to have sex with someone while I am not putting on a condom? Then others, it's just out of negligence. Just because you don't love someone and you just want to teach that person like a lesson or whatsoever, then you say, no, I'm not even going to use a condom because she's not even my girlfriend or whatsoever. If she gets pregnant, that's her own fault. Yeah. And then the other funny part is I have heard most of the people say sex without a condom is more nicer than sex with a condom, in as much as we know there is HIV and AIDS and other STIs, but men actually still choose to have sex without condoms, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know.
If you're a man out there and you're watching this, guys, I need answers. I really need answers to this question because I've literally asked most of my guy friends. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Do any of you have kids?
No.
Oh, I'm the only one here with a kid. Oh, okay. Okay. No, thank you so much. I waited 9 months.
The boy or girl?
I have a girl.
A girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you another thing.
Okay.
What are the best measures that young people going into college or university could take to abstain from, finding themselves in situations where they get a girl pregnant without intending to get a girl pregnant? Should men also receive that emphasis of sexual education from home? Do you feel a lot of men get that education at home? Like, did you sit down with your uncle or your dad to say, look, Clinton, this is a condom and you need to put it on like this? Do you think such education is needed so as to ensure that cases of unplanned pregnancies in colleges and universities are reduced or even put to a stop?
I think that thing would be very important. Yeah, otherwise it should be done to us. Even at home, we need to be educated so that we know what will be the result if we don't do that, if we don't follow what we've been instructed to. I think sometimes I would say it also by trying to ensure we avoid engaging ourselves into bad vices.
Okay.
Yes, because you might find you at the university, then there are a lot of groups that you're into. There are good groups and bad groups as well. So those groups, they're the ones that might lead to you making getting a girl pregnant. Because I think because it might be because you're being influenced by the group itself. Yeah, and being educated about sex and how to use a condom, and you need to use a condom when each time you want to have sex. I think it would be nice for us.
Who the hell is holding his chest?
I feel nice holding myself like this. Yeah, so it would be nice. Yes, that would also reduce high level of unplanned pregnancies.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it would also, the issues involved to do with sex. Sex. The other things like maybe one might infect someone with the virus. Yes. So being protected by wearing a condom each time the want to have sex, it would prevent the spread of the virus, which is HIV. And though they say the condom is not proved as 100%, but at least it would be the best way to overcome such issues to do with unplanned pregnancies.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. That's interesting. He's speaking on behalf of the men. Now let's hear on behalf of the women. How easily accessible are contraceptives for college students and university girls?
Oh, well, that's a tough one. Okay, I don't really have a lot of knowledge about that, but I think it depends on the type of college or university where you are at.
Okay.
Yeah, but in some clinics, in university clinics, they do give condoms, the female condoms. About the contraceptives, I am not sure, because most of the contraceptives are just sold. They are not given out as in for free, unless when you go to the clinic and say you want to start doing family planning. That is when you can be sensitized about the types of family planning, and then they would ask you the type that you want to use. Yeah.
But don't you think it would actually be better if most of these contraceptives, let's say, yeah, of course we can say a condom is a contraceptive, but there are other effective contraceptives that are more powerful than a condom. We've got the pill.
Yeah.
We've got other type of contraceptives. But don't you think if they were actually given in college and university clinics for free, they could actually reduce the numbers of people getting pregnant in school?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I feel the ladies and the gents would actually take advantage of that thing, and they would indulge more into sex because they're only getting the contraceptives for free.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think putting them for free is a really good idea. It is best the way they are sold, because most of the people actually don't have money to go and purchase those contraceptives.
What's your take?
I think by saying that they should be they should be free, it's like you're trying to encourage more unplanned pregnancies.
Okay.
And that will engage a lot of young men into sexual activities, because they know that those things, the contraceptive pills, they're free. You get things that involve like money, like right now, I would say currently we buy those things. I mean, I would say we buy because I'm trying to include myself. Yeah, we buy those things.
It's okay to include yourself. It's okay.
Which enables us trying to avoid sexual activities, because we know, do I have the money to buy if I do this? You get? Yes. I think that's what I can say.
So, making condoms free is not encouraging them to engage in sex. Because the condoms are free. But then there are other contraceptives. Let's say if a woman is put on a pill, she takes it every single day. The pill tends to have some sort of effect on the body, and she will not be able to get pregnant if she is on a pill and she's following the instructions. But condoms can burst. So which one is better? Making condoms free or making other contraceptives free? Which one is better?
Okay, so I think we should even be looking at the expense of the cost of things, the way they've gone, the rates. Accessing a condom The thing is, it's much easier because it doesn't have a lot of side effects.
Okay.
So for contraceptives, like there's this pill that's called morning after. That pill is called an emergency pill. You cannot take that pill for more than 5 times in a year, or let me say 3 times in a year. You can only take that pill like once in a year, because it will affect, what can I say? It will affect your estrogen levels. Yeah, you might not be able to conceive in future when you tend to use that pill a lot. So I still think they should not make that thing free, like they just start giving it anyhow. All the contraceptives have side effects. We have the other one, which is called microgowning. In others, they might stop attending like their periods, and at my age, if I stop attending my menstrual periods, that would be something else. It would be a really, really big complication, because it might actually even lead to my death. Yeah. For the condoms, they don't really have a lot of side effects. I think that's why they were even made free to everyone, so they can access them. A contraceptive doesn't even have 50% of protecting you against HIV, but then at least a condom can do that. It can protect you against transmissible diseases. Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's get to those men and women who've already gotten themselves in a situation where the girl is pregnant and the guy needs to support, but then he doesn't have the money to support the girl. Like, do you feel it tends to have a negative impact on the economy? Let's just go to the economy. You know how things are expensive. You need to buy clothes for the baby. You need to buy diapers for the baby. Some of us are modern people. I wouldn't know how to wash nappies the way my grandma was washing them, you know? But then don't you think like such acts tend to negatively affect the economy?
Well, I think it really does. Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
Yes. You know, raising a child might be more than about rent and a diaper and all that. Yes, but sometimes the best is young women that experience an unplanned pregnancy. Some would find help through church and community organization. Yes, that would support them financially. Yes, so that it would be easy for them. Though, you know, like I would give an example at the university. I would say the career. I would say the. I don't know. I wanted to say something.
Okay.
Yes. To do with.
The job that you've chosen?
Not to do with men. Like being guided by like I would say.
Guidance counselor.
Yeah, the guidance counselor for the school. Though it might not give much support as that student expect. You get. Yes, most students might expect maybe they would help me in terms of the finances. Yes, since I need finance to enable to
take care of the baby.
Yeah, to take care of the baby and everything that requires me to raise my child. Yes. I think that's all.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to throw this one to you, Gina. Same question as him. How do you think young women and men getting pregnant without intending to get pregnant, though they do know that when they engage themselves in sexual activities, there's always going to be a result to it. How do you think that is actually affecting the economy?
Okay. So, when we look at the homes where we're coming from, other people are actually struggling even just to pay for the tuition fees. Now let's look at a situation where someone gets pregnant that person is on a scholarship. The parents can't even manage to pay for their tuition fees. That's going to be a burden on the parents, because no normal parent can neglect a child just because she has gotten pregnant or the child got someone pregnant. That would be an extra cost for them. They'll have to start looking out for the person who's coming next, which is the unborn child. Of course, having a baby is a blessing, but you have to be financially stable for you to have that child. Yeah. And the other thing I can talk of is I get pregnant. I am doing a side hustle. Pregnancy is just like an activity that every lady goes through. Yeah. So I get pregnant, I get lazy to be working. That will actually affect my financial status, because if I stay home, no one is going to pay me minus doing the job that I am supposed to do. Yeah, so I think it does affect the economy in those angles, because it will be inconveniencing the other people to, cater for your responsibilities for the things that they never even planned for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just going to give you guys a minute each just to wrap up, say your final words to that young man, that woman who may be experiencing unplanned pregnancy while they're in college or university. Just do not give up on the dream.
Well, I would encourage the young women that are experiencing.
The women, don't get the men.
Actually, they're the ones that are experiencing the unplanned pregnancy. Do men give birth?
You are pregnant. When your woman
Regardless.
is pregnant, you are pregnant. Yeah.
Little did I know that.
Oh, now you do.
Yeah, so they shouldn't just give up on their dreams. Otherwise, like I said earlier, they need to be determined and always ensure that they overcome odds. Those are just odds that every successful person passes through. Yes. And I would, like I said again earlier, I said, like, each year 1,000 of young women complete their college education. Yes. So it's not that it's their end of their life. Some would think of, no, let me go for abortion. Yeah, you get, because I don't have the finance to encounter all the expenses for the baby that I'm going to raise. Yes. So otherwise keep the dream rolling and avoid engaging yourself in bad vices. Yes, and be close to people that would encourage you and support you. Yes, that's what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Clinton. Your last words in less than a minute.
Okay, so to everyone watching us, if you are pregnant, if you got someone pregnant, please do not worry. One thing that you can do is just confide in the people that are close to you, the people that you trust the most. If you have a dream to pursue, please continue with that dream, because giving up actually is not an option. When you give up, it's the same as you're just killing your own dreams. So to everyone out there, let us all actually abstain from sex. Yeah, that would actually prevent the unwanted pregnancies. And let us obey our parents in the end, because actually they never sent us to college or university to come and indulge
Have
into
sex.
sexual activities. Yes, let us follow what we came for. If it's a degree, like myself, I came here for a degree, so I just have to pursue my dream, get my degree and go home. The degree that I have to take home is not supposed to be a baby, but the paper. Thank you.
Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it yourself. Abstain from sex. If you're in school, it's not good for you, because you may end up destroying your future. Well, thank you so much, Clinton and Gina, for joining me on Campus Life, and thank you for actually sticking on to QTV and watching Campus Life, because without you guys, there is no Campus Life. For me, your presenter, Coco, it's bye-bye and God bless.
need to talk.
Just tell me this is not about the discussion we had earlier.
I'm sorry I can't sleep like a newborn baby, knowing fully well that my wife has slept with more men than she can remember.